Hey guys, what's up? In this tutorial we're going to show you how you can set keyframes and remove them from your video clips on Shotcut in 2025. So let us get started. Head over to your video project on Shotcut and add a video clip from your library or playlist on Shotcut and add it to your timeline. So let me go with this video clip here. So to add keyframes, guys, you may navigate to keyframes in the bottom left corner, for instance. You will need to add or apply a filter first and set these keyframes later along your timeline to, for example, customize your filter and its effects. To do that, head over to filters here and let me apply a simple resize or cropping filter to that selected video clip. To do that, click into that plus button and select the filter from that menu here. So let me go for resize, position, rotate filter, click into it. And now you can customize your video clip, apply the filter, and also use keyframes for that. So what you want to do is switch from the timeline view to the keyframes view. And here, guys, along your timeline, you may, for instance, move your playhead, let's say to the beginning, and set your first keyframe by clicking into this button here, that clock or timer. For example, for one of these filters, position, size, or zoom, click into it. And that is going to give you the opportunity to add custom keyframes here on your timeline. So let's assume, for example, the first keyframe is right at the beginning of your video. You may, of course, left click into your first keyframe and move it along your timeline if you'd like to apply the effect somewhere here around the 5-second mark. Let me apply it here to the very beginning of the video. So that's how you add a keyframe. You may, for example, apply an effect here. So let me, just for the sake of this tutorial, connect that keyframe with, let's say, a resizing or a cropping of that frame here. And that will technically apply that filter right at that keyframe here. So what you want to do to add a second keyframe, guys, is move your playhead here on your timeline, let's say to the 5-second mark, and click into this button here, into that clock button, add a keyframe at playhead, and that is going to add the second keyframe. So here you may apply the next effect if you like, or leave it just like that. So for the sake of this tutorial, I will apply again a resize or reposition and move that frame a bit here on that second keyframe. And let me add also a third keyframe, and at the 10-second mark, move your player to the given timestamp, click into this button and add another keyframe by clicking into this button. And also at that keyframe, apply your change or filter. So let me do again a resize and a reposition, and that's basically it. Now if we move that player to the very beginning of your video clip and switch to the timeline view and watch it in the preview, you will see the applied changes along these keyframes. As you can see, there is keyframe 2 now, and then it moves to keyframe number 3. You can switch to the keyframe view, of course, and as previously mentioned, guys, you can move these keyframes along your timeline, or you can remove them by clicking into that trash icon here to delete the selected keyframe. But it is also going to delete the applied filter or change for the given keyframe, of course. So basically, the video will skip from the first keyframe to the second one and skip the deleted keyframe with its change or filter or effect. And that's how it works, guys. That's how you add keyframes to your video clips on Shotcut. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.